Hey guys, this is Devesh from Beetlebyte, and today I have the iPhone SE with me. This phone was launched back in 2016 and it somehow still makes sense in 2019. Let's find out why. Okay, so first let's begin with the design. This phone is compact. You see any phone in 2019, it's above 6 inches and this is 4.5 inch. Can you believe that? And it makes sense for people like me with small hands. Like I can I can reach the top of the phone with like my thumb. Like I don't need to use my other hand for doing tasks like going to the control center or maybe something else. So the design is the main aspect of this phone, and trust me, I love the design. It is one of the best designs iPhones have ever had, and this is similar to what we have seen with the iPhone 5s as well as the iPhone 5. Okay, so enough about the design. Now let's talk about the display. It's a 4-inch display and it has a resolution of 640 into 1136 pixels. Now that resolution might sound a bit low when you compare it to something like a Redmi Note 7, which comes with a full HD display. Now, okay, like the resolution is low, but stick with me. This phone has just a 4-inch display, and for that display, the resolution is pretty fine. Like you won't notice like you're handling a lower resolution phone. You'll always have the crispiness when you are doing basic tasks like sending WhatsApp messages. Now, where you feel the lack of a bigger resolution is when you watch movies on Netflix or you go to YouTube and you want to switch to a higher resolution. But still, I would say like it's pretty okay. Like it's okay. You can still get around with a 640p display. Okay, so we spoke about the design, we spoke about the display. Now let's come to the software. This phone is running on iOS 12.3.1 and trust me, it crushes it. It's running damn smooth on this phone. It had some problems when it was in iOS 11 and early builds of iOS 12, but Apple has really optimized the iOS 12 software for older flagship phones, bringing superior performance to these phones when compared to some of the Android smartphones in mid-range area. Sure, this phone cannot crush through games like PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 9, but the performance is pretty sufficient for day-to-day tasks like making a phone call, sending an iMessage to a friend, making a FaceTime call. These tasks are super intuitive and they just the iPhone SE just manages to crush through all of them. Now let's talk about the battery life. The iPhone SE comes with a 1624 mAh battery. Considering the phone has just a 4-inch display and such a small form factor, that looks to be pretty sufficient, but it's not. The phone barely lasts through a full day of heavy usage, and I required a charger whenever I was going out of my house. Like I needed to carry a portable power bank. So, if you're looking for a good battery life, again, the Redmi Note 7 Pro or the Poco F1 would have your back when you're going on a trip or something. This phone can last you like not a full working day, but like if you charge it at around 9 a.m. and leave your house, you come back at 6 p.m., that should be fine. You will be still having 20% juice left. But if you're looking for a phone that should last you more than a day or maybe a full day with heavy listening of music and social media and whatnot, then this phone is not for you. Okay, now let's talk about cameras. The iPhone SE comes with a 12 megapixel camera with f2.2 aperture. Now, the camera sensor is pretty old, and when you compare it to phones in the same segment, I'm talking about the phones in the price range of 15 to 20,000. You have the Poco F1, you have the Redmi Note 7 Pro. They output some superior image quality when compared to the iPhone SE. The iPhone SE's camera, in one word, it is crappy. You can't rely on the iPhone SE for your camera needs when you go outside with your family, and or when you want to click some pictures in a party, because this phone does not handle some night shots well. And even in daylight situations, I would really recommend going in with something like the Redmi Note 7 Pro, which has a 48 megapixel camera with a dual camera setup, and it makes some good portrait shots. This one, please stay away if you are looking for a good camera phone. And also the front camera is a 1.2 megapixel camera. Like, what is the resolution? Most of the smartphones today are having at least 8 megapixel cameras on the front. So trust me, if you are looking for a phone to take some good selfies or maybe record videos of your children, don't go for it. Go for a mid-range Android phone. That would be a better choice. Okay, now let's talk about the price. This phone is available on Flipkart for around 17,000 rupees for the 32 GB model, and 32 GB is pretty sufficient if you're looking at this for as a secondary phone. But if you're using it as a primary phone, I would recommend going in for a higher model, maybe a 64 GB version or something. And you can also get a used or refurbished model from something like preloveddevices.com or toogood.com. Now, the price makes this phone really interesting, but should you buy it? That's the main question about the whole video. I don't think so. So, okay, if you are hunting for an iOS phone, like you really want to experience that software, then you should go ahead and buy this. But if you are looking for a good smartphone experience, I think you should lean on towards the Poco F1, which offers way better performance, as well as the cameras are way superior. So I would really recommend going in with the Poco F1, or if you are on a tight budget, you can go with the Redmi Note 7 Pro. But this phone I wouldn't recommend that much. But only reason you would like to go with this phone is iOS 13, which is coming later in September, and the other thing is that logo. People like it. Okay guys, thanks for watching. This is Devesh Arora signing off, and you can read a full-fledged article about the iPhone SE. I'll leave a link down in the description. And if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Also leave a comment down there like how can I improve the video quality for you.